Hi everyone, I'm Tessa from Studio Jane and I'm teaming up with KidMadeModern to show you how to make a St. Patrick's Day wreath. We're going to be using our arts and crafts library to construct a shamrock and horseshoe themed wreath just in time for St. Patty's Day. To make our wreath today, we'll be using construction paper in white, gold, and glittery green, our shamrock and horseshoe templates, or you can draw your own, scissors, hot glue, and of course, our KidMadeModern Art and Craft Library, which includes all the fuzzy sticks we'll be using, felt in 2 shades of green, and flower-shaped sequins. You can easily add any other green details from the library to your wreath as well. Our first step in making our St. Patrick's Day horseshoe wreath will be cutting out our horseshoe template as well as some shamrock templates. You can definitely draw your own if you don't want to use the template today, but we're going to go ahead and cut this out first. Now that our templates are all cut out, we are going to use our horseshoe template to trace it onto our white shimmer cardstock. And this, I just used some shimmer cardstock from a local craft store, but you can really use any sort of construction paper or cardboard, anything like that will work. So I'm going to go ahead and trace this and then we'll cut that out. Now that our horseshoe is all cut out of our thicker construction paper, I'm just going to flip it over so that we have nice clean lines and none of our pin marks show. So this is going to be the base of our wreath, and from here we're going to go ahead and use our shamrock templates to trace them onto some fun glitter paper and felt. You can also draw your own shamrocks if you're not using the templates today, but let's go ahead and trace some of those on some green paper.
So I'm going to be using some glitter paper, both in green and some metallic gold paper. This is a little bit harder to trace on, so if you're using something like this, I always like to just go ahead and flip it over. And then you can trace on the back, which does not have any glitter in the way, as well as you can easily flip it over when you're finished, so you won't have any pin marks on your glittery fun side. So we're going to go ahead and trace some shamrocks in all different sizes on both of these papers. And now that we've traced some of our little 4-leaf and 3-leaf clovers on our glitter paper, we're also going to use some of our felt strips from the KidMadeModern Art and Craft Library. And I'm going to take our small shamrocks and go ahead and trace a couple on the felt as well. And now that we have all sorts of different sizes and materials all traced out, we're going to go ahead and cut out all of our cute little shamrocks. So now that we have cut out all of our shamrocks in paper and in felt, we are going to add a third style out of fuzzy sticks. So these are our large fuzzy sticks from the Arts and Crafts Library. And we're going to create a little stem about 1 inch or so and create a little bend there. And then we're going to do a loop on one side. And then go ahead and twist our stem around it. Create a second loop on the other side, twisting it underneath, and then we'll create a third loop on top and wrapping the rest of it around the bottom of our stem to hold it tight. So now we have a little 3-leaf clover, but to make it look especially like a shamrock, we are going to bend each of the loops just a little bit to create almost a heart shape. And then there you have an adorable and small little shamrock from a fuzzy stick. So we're going to make a couple of more of them out of this long green fuzzy stick, and then we'll also do a couple out of our short fuzzy sticks. So we'll learn how to do that technique next. Next, we're going to be using our metallic fuzzy sticks from the Arts and Crafts Library. And in order to make the same style a 3-leaf clover with fuzzy sticks, we're going to be using 3 of these shorty ones. And just about an inch or so up again, we're going to create a loop and twist that together. So now we have a stem and a loop, and then we're going to create a similar on all 3 of them. And so take your fuzzy stick, create a loop, leaving a little stem at the bottom, and then we're just going to combine them together. So I'm going to twist them together here in the center, leaving a stem at the bottom, and then take a third one and layer it, and just twist all 3 together. So now we have 3 loops and a stem, and then we're just going to bend them in the same way, putting a little bit of pressure right in the center of our loop to create a little shamrock shape. And then we're going to do the same thing using our gold, just to add a little bit of more gold to tie in our color palette here. You can also use silver or any other colors that you might want for your St. Patrick's Day wreath. So I'm just going to do the same thing here, twisting together to create a loop with a stem. And once you have 3 loops, I'm going to go ahead and combine them together. And third one right on top. And then we'll just bend to create another little shamrock. You can easily add a 4th one if you wanted to. So to do that, we'll just go ahead and take 4 of our fuzzy sticks and follow the same technique. Now we have all 4 of our loops connected, and then just press. And now you have a lucky 4-leaf clover made from fuzzy sticks as well. Next comes our fun step of assembling all of these cute little shamrocks that we've created onto our horseshoe shape. So I'm going to be using a hot glue gun today. You can also use craft glue, or glue dots will work. So to make a fun little composition, I'm going to take my largest shamrock first, put just a little dollop of glue on the back, and layer that right on top. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and add more of our shamrocks, just layering them as we go. So I'm going to add a gold one, and I'm going to kind of lay this out to make sure that I'm liking the way it's looking as I go before I glue them all down. And adding the paper ones on the bottom for the most part to create a larger layer, and then all of these 3-dimensional ones will be easier to layer on top. Okay, so now that I have laid out a composition that I like, with it a little bit more layered on one side than the other, then we're going to go ahead and remove a couple so that we can start gluing them down. So I glued down our large one first, so we knew where we wanted to start. And then I'm just going to bend up the other paper ones and go ahead and start gluing those down. So this way I'm only bending up sections of each of them as I go, so I don't lose the pattern that I created. And we'll do the same thing with this, just a little bit of glue. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this large one first, and then we'll glue down all of our paper ones as our base layer. And if you're using hot glue or glue dots, you definitely don't have to add a lot to keep all these pieces together. Hot glue works really well with paper and felt, so you don't have to worry about needing too much. Now that we've created this cute composition on our horseshoe wreath, we can add in some extra details. So using some of these cute little flower sequins or pom-poms, all from our arts and crafts library, we can layer in some fun details. So I'm just going to take a tiny drop of glue in a couple spots to add some fun little sequins here. And I picked the flower ones. I feel like they are reminiscent of a shamrock, and they're fun for the season, but you can also use any sort of sequins you might have or other shapes from the library, as well as cutting out other small pieces from paper if you didn't want to use sequins. And I'm not following a specific pattern, just kind of layering them anywhere I think that an extra detail would be nice. So now that we've added in some sequins, again, you could easily do the same style to add in some cute extra details with little pom-poms instead, or cut some smaller shamrocks, and you can really layer it up as much as you want. So the last step we're going to do today is just create a cute hanger on the back. So what we're going to do is go ahead and flip over our horseshoe, and then we are going to continue with some more fuzzy sticks to add in a very easy and cute hanger for it. So I'm going to take my hot glue on the back, create a little dollop here, and then pressing my fuzzy stick into that glue. You can definitely use a glue dot as well for this step, and I did leave a little bit of extra space on the end just so that it gives it a little bit more strength. And then I'm just going to curve my fuzzy stick and put a dollop of glue on the other side, and then again press my fuzzy stick into the glue. I'll flip it over, and from here, this is another place we could easily add some fun details if we wanted to. So I'm going to add a couple extra little sequins at the top here, just to make the hanger feel like it's purposeful and a fun little element. And by just adding a couple more of these little sequins to our wreath hanger, it easily makes it feel connected to the rest of your cute wreath that you've just made. And there you have an adorable and quick craft to put on your front door or hang on the wall to celebrate St. Patrick's Day this March. So I can't wait to see all the fun 3-leaf and 4-leaf clovers you make, and I hope you have a very lucky St. Patrick's Day.